And bam, we're live.
Ooh.
That easy, that quick. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I watched the video with the torque tank and the what was it?
Dumbbell thrusters and back step-ups.
Yeah. Congratulations. How fun. I can't believe how nice that event looks.
It was a rough event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie, pronounce your last name for me.
Latimer.
Latimer. Okay, so I am saying it right. Okay, so you are actually in Cookeville now?
Yep.
And what hotel is that?
I am at the Country Inn and Suites. That was actually a disaster. I had
all the hotels are disasters. It sounds like you're batting 1,000.
I had a room at the Candlewood, like one of the ones with a kitchenette and a fridge, everything, so we could cook and have our food here. And on Sunday that got canceled on us. So we got moved to this room that doesn't even have carpet, and it's a tiny mini fridge, whatever. It's whatever.
Constantly varied.
Yeah.
It's the Masters. What's the name of the event? It's the
Legends Championship, CrossFit Championship.
And this is probably one of the bigger, if not the biggest, Masters event.
Yeah. Last year it was 40 per age bracket. This year is 32 because with it being at Mayhem, it sounds like they could only do on like the main floor. They could only have 8 lanes. So they're doing 4 heats of 8. So 32 is the limit.
And you did day 1 yesterday?
Yep.
And how'd you do?
I got 4th on the endless ergs, which was 7 minutes of row, 1 minute rest, 7 minute bike erg, 1 minute rest, 7 minute ski erg.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Yeah, I'm thrilled with that. Like, luckily it was 21 minutes of work. If it had been like 12 or under, I would not even have been able to maintain with the powerhouses, but I like longer events. So I was able to like maintain over the course of that. So I was like 7,100 meters. And then I got 4th again in the second event. Also good because I feel like the taller athletes were winning. Obviously with the step ups makes it a little bit easier.
So congratulations. And how many events will you compete in this weekend?
9. The event on Sunday is 2 parts. It's like an event, a 1 minute rest, reset, and another separate event. So 9 events.
Hey, that's awesome. 2/4 is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in it to win it. What age group?
35 to 39.
And are you actually 35 yet?
I'm 39.
You didn't sneak in. Holy cow.
I know I'm old.
Hey, what's funny is when I had this idea to have someone on in the mornings before I was going to have Jason Grubb on, and then somehow you slipped in. I don't know. I didn't. If you see Jason, tell him I said hi. I still want to. Still want to have him on. Okay, so today you'll have 2 more events.
Yep.
And then today's Friday, and then you'll have 2 more on Saturday. It's a 4-day event?
3 on Saturday. It's a 4-day event. 3 events on Saturday.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'd love to check in with you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing a live call-in show, and we'll check in with you tomorrow and see how things are going. I'm
totally available. I'd love to.
Awesome. And say hi to Jason for him and let him know.
I will.
Upstage.
Say hi to Hunter for me.
I will say hi to Hunter for you.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
See ya. Our very own Jamie Latimer. Just like I thought. Crazy, right? That's 39. That looks like 29 to me. My shit got all. You can't figure out how old anyone is anymore. Yes, she's not old. Sevan is old. Yeah, she 2/4. Did she say there were 32 people? 2/4 with 32 people. I mean, at that pace, she's gonna win the thing. She's gonna win it. Who's supposed to win that? They're out there at Mayhem. This morning is going to be chaos. I was actually thinking about pouring myself 2 cups of coffee this morning. I almost even felt like I overslept yesterday. Usually I go to bed around 11 and get 11 at night and get up at 6 a.m. Yesterday I went to bed at 8:30. It was weird. I never do that. 8:30. No, you're not Hunter. You're Andrew Hiller. Oops, wrong channel. No, so just joking.
Oops, you're on the wrong channel, huh?
No, am I on the wrong channel? No,
this is good. 5 minutes ago.
Well, the reason why is I wanted to have Jamie or Jason Grubb on this morning just to say hi to the Legends athletes over there at Mayhem. So she came on for
And?
3 minutes and 18
So
seconds.
she was here. Cool.
Yeah.
How'd it
Hey,
go?
two fourth place finishes in an event that has 9 events. She's kicking ass, right?
Oh yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Mayhem.
Okay.
It's not
okay,
It's
okay.
not always at Mayhem. I think this is the first year they've done it there. It's where all the old people. I think she's the youngest group of people there. She's the 35 to 39. Although that Masters event
the
might
new
have
Masters.
a 30. Yeah, that place might actually have a 30 to 35. Someone will say, "Nice shirt, Hiller."
Oh yeah, he likes this shirt. I like this shirt. It's cool. It goes sideways and across.
Yeah, is that
Neat.
new?
Yeah, relatively new. Have you seen your Wadapalooza shirts?
I did. We're not allowed to call
Cool,
them
right?
Wadapalooza shirts, though. We have to call them Miami
No.
shirts.
Oh, I thought. Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah. The super cool Miami Vice shirts. What's everyone talking about here in relation to myself and Hunter? What have I missed?
Oh, I don't know. I actually haven't been. Oh, they were just hoping you were shirtless.
I
That's
have a
all.
feeling Sheriff Hunter will have a differing opinion than Sevan and Hiller. Oh, and the Brian Johnson. Oh,
Gary Roberts. Holy shit. Hey, Gary, do you know Andrew? Andrew Hiller, Gary Roberts.
I don't think we officially met.
T,
How are you?
can I tell you something, Sevan?
Yeah.
I gotta say that I'm really embarrassed because the last couple times I've been on your show, I realized I was like, after the fact, I got off and I was like, holy fuck, I don't think I know anything about his co-host. Like,
Oh, he's not my co-host. This is my co-host.
There he is.
No, but you've had a couple guys on these same faces, and I don't know anything about them, and I haven't asked, and I've been embarrassed to say, and I keep
What do
forgetting.
you want to ask? Don't be
I
embarrassed.
I keep forgetting.
Open book, man.
I keep forgetting to do my.
This eye doesn't open all the way. I know you were wondering. What else you got?
Is that true?
From what I've been told, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's genetic. My grandpa had something going on, so.
Caleb is actually the co-host. He's deployed overseas somewhere. We can't say where because he won't tell us. And Andrew Hiller's another YouTube star that I leveraged to try to get more likes on my show. Any questions?
Well, hi guys. I have this phobia of exposing that I do not watch your show as much as I should. And I didn't want to expose a weakness that I'm behind on the times with what you've been doing. And when I come on your show, I've been trying to prep like, okay, what am I going to say different this week that's fresh from the last time? And anyways, hey guys, I want to know more about all of you.
Hey, Gary, you know what's funny is probably 2 or 3 of the people that I speak to most on the phone, they always call during the show, which is just so self-evident to me that they never watch the show, right?
I did that once.
So don't ever feel that way. Don't ever feel that way. I just love having you on.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your 632 mile. I am completely. Oh, bye, Caleb. I'll see you later. I'm completely blown away that you ran a 632 mile.
Is that I didn't realize it was.
Fuck.
That's good to you? I was surprised. I was surprised that you were impressed. I thought you would be like, okay, you were getting there, but we're not there.
I saw your 4 times. You ran like a 10. Tell me about the first mile you ran that was like 10 something. When was that?
So here's the thing. I feel like at any given time when I'm not CrossFitting, that I have enough in my fat years and I've gotten lazy. I feel like I always have enough in me to get out there and give a 10 to 11 minute mile, but like really suffering and
like a 240 pounds, a 6'1", 240 pounds.
Do you
Gary
walk
Roberts.
during that period? 10 to 11 minutes? Is there any walking?
No, it's just like a slow jog and no going out hard. Well, anyways, when I started my CrossFit days, I don't think when I started back this summer, I don't think it was a Murph. It was a Murph in my first week. And
That's a terrible coach.
Well,
like fucking Boba Fett. Who's the fucking bounty hunter in Star Wars? Hunter meet Gary
That's him.
Roberts. Gary meet Hunter. You look like fucking a low rent Boba Fett or whatever that guy.
What are you talking about, dude? You're talking about Dog the Booty Hunter. This is the top bounty hunter in the business right here. This is the one you don't know about. It's the one you don't want to know about.
Hunter.
All right,
If he's
Gary,
on your
try
ass,
not
you're
to
in
be
huge trouble.
Try not to be distracted by Hunter. Okay, go on. So you ran a Murph.
so it literally was like 3 days in, Murph was programmed. And, you know, Murph, the holiday that we celebrate Murph is a big deal. So I'm like, I should scale. I'm clearly going to scale and only do a half Murph, but I really want to know what my mile is. So I'm going to do a full mile on the front and the back.
Open up time style.
Yeah. So I just was curious, and I gotta look. There's a chance it was.
So were you juiced up when you ran that 10 something? Had you started your California hormones?
No juice, bitch.
Clean. You ran a
You were
10?
Jay free, dude. You're off the juice.
And then-
Original, dude.
And then how long? And then how long were you on California hormones before you ran that 632?
I think we're going on 4 months now that I've been popping. Bitch,
Were
That was good.
Were you sore after that running that 632?
I have a slight admission.
Yeah, you cheated. You only ran 3 laps.
No,
you weren't on
1400.
testosterone, but you were on EPO. You were on G hormones. That's your admission?
No, again, it was programmed. There was more workout. So there was a mile buy-in, and then we had to do a 16-minute AMRAP of front squats and box jump overs and like pull-ups and shit. And I normally wouldn't go out as hard so I could continue the workout, but I told my coach, I really want to know what my mile is, so I'm really not going to focus on the WOD. I'm going to give it my all. And when I came back, I really didn't do much in the workout. I was fucked.
From the run, from pushing. That's okay.
Yeah.
What's the issue? I don't see an issue. You said there was something wrong with that.
Well, because I could barely do some front squats, like 115. I was like so hammered. So
You came in drunk too? You did.
Right.
If you're gonna be the star of the show, you got to show pizzazz where you got it. So you spent it all where you could.
I'm just
I think I like that.
I'm just kind of embarrassed that I didn't have enough in the tank to do well in the.
Hey, you normally don't swear when you're on the show, and you normally don't have a 632 mile. So you've been on California hormones for 4 months, and I heard you say in shit already. Normally, you're pretty good about not swearing. Do you think that the hormones have not only helped your mile time get better than Hunter McIntyre's High Rocks champion, and giving you some potty mouth?
I think I'm starting to become a fucking believer, bitch.
Oh shit.
My test is terrible, and I cussed all day long. I think it's a psychological issue for me.
Do you know your levels, Hunter?
Well, I did the same thing with your guys' testing company, and they're like, they handed me a shoebox full of needles and old syringes, and they're like, Hunter, this is the stuff, and I'm like, guys, I can't, but thank you. And then they gave me a bro deal. They're like, all right, fine, bro, whatever. Just go to like a random supplement store and get yourself some boron, zinc, and magnesium. And I've been taking that. And if I wasn't wearing this jacket right now, you'd be able to see how buff my chesticles are. I was actually going to have a contest. You on growth hormone versus just me on boron, creatine. Like I'm on. This is 15 grams of creatine.
What are we doing?
Let's just see who can put on more mass between now and February 1st and allow myself to get as big as possible. I'll whoop the shit out of you.
Hey,
I don't need no
can
fucking
he
hormones.
really do that, Hiller? Can he take 15 grams of creatine in one morning drink?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
In
Yeah,
loading
sure.
phase, you got to do.
This
You got to do like
picture's
20
from like
grams.
fucking 2012, man. This picture's not from 2 weeks ago. When did you pull this from?
Oh no,
Gary-
that was me. That was me just saying that I was going to get back to it. That's July 10th.
Of
Gary, that if you
That's
don't know,
before I
Hunter's, the High Rocks world champion, by the way. Many
Before
many
I got
times.
a parasite, everything. So when I went to California Hormones and got tested, this was right after I had this parasite. My scores were just like tanked low. Dude, look at this thing. This is Captain.
Yeah, you told me about the street meat. The street meat.
Dude, look at this. Damn. Do you know how many people
you
came
look
after
amazing.
me? Do you know how many people came after me because of this? They're like, why don't you try to be humble for once, you piece of shit?
Serious? That's a
Yeah,
great
dude.
video.
I know. I thought it was inspiring. I'm a trainer. I tell everybody, I'm like, listen, dude, it's a lifestyle. Go get your shit. Go get after it. I mean, listen, you should just like you, Gary, like if you're feeling good, dude, you flexed a couple times since you've been on the show. If you're feeling good, dude, live it.
Yeah.
And there's literally nothing going on in this world where you should not be able to stand up and feel proud of yourself if you've been working hard on yourself. Everybody surrounding in the audience, if they don't want to clap when you're up on stage looking like a fucking star, fuck them.
Hey,
That's how I feel.
I didn't realize I do know this guy.
Yeah.
What's up, Grinder?
I
But
think
you got the
I
glasses. You
I
just didn't recognize him.
I
with
didn't
his glasses.
recognize with the Boba Fett shield, but I remember like your first CrossFit games.
One and done, actually.
One and done. Yes.
You should have said your only CrossFit games.
I didn't realize it was an only, but I remember the whole
One more than us.
I remember the whole talk was that he came in and he wasn't technically officially a CrossFitter. He was cross coming over, and he did well in the open. And the whole story was, how would he do in the games? And I remember.
Sorry, go ahead.
I remember you definitely had some strengths, but I remember the like maybe early events, some running, but the games did expose you. I remember that. Is that
Yeah,
true?
I mean, like if I'd spent more time walking on my hands like children do in gymnastic classes, I would have fucking killed the whole world. But I'm a real athlete, and I compete in contests where we move on our feet.
I'm glad I actually know somebody on the show. All right,
Nice.
There you go. My
Good
whole
work,
experience
Gary.
was more like Dancing with the Stars. I kind of just showed up. Like I have a career elsewhere, guys. I have real things going on. I'm not a dancer, but I will show up and show you that I can dance, and then I'll go back to my real life, which I've done.
All you guys are influencers. You all have your own podcasts and.
Never call me that again, Gary, and we'll be just fine.
Exactly.
Now. You are an influencer now. You
Hunter is an
content.
influencer. The other three of us, we're just regular guys.
You don't call yourself an influencer?
That's like the word that
I
just
would
makes
say
you, like,
Sevan
shrink.
falls into the lane of traditional media.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm not going to lie, Hiller, like you have definitely fallen into the influencer category. And I have to sell my soul to the devil because my sport's so cheap that I can't afford to pay for my food, and I have to post a lot of pictures of myself with my shirt off.
I think if Hiller is op-ed, he's editorial.
It is.
Ed.
I mean, it is. But listen, it is journalism pieces because you do go out and you do source good information, and then you do create a storyline, which influencers technically don't do. But I think in the modern vein of what media
He's the
is these days,
anti-influencer. He bashes the products.
he does. But I guess it's pretty good. Listen, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I actually tune into your stuff often. I kind of was heartbroken by what you did to Hip and Steel. Like I didn't watch enough to really get.
Me too.
I
I
was
was heartbroken by it too. That broke
I
my
just
heart
think
too.
here's the thing, man. When you're at that certain age bracket, is that your? I mean, you look good in the picture.
Oh wow, yeah, you look great there, Gary.
That
But
is-
hold
Let me
on,
just take
I
it.
want to watch Hunter beat up on Hiller a little bit. Save that handsome photo of you and your beautiful wife for a second.
somebody in the chat was asking for my wife. That's why.
Okay.
It's for chat people.
Here's a picture of my wife.
Okay, go ahead. I like this, Hunter. Go beat up on him for how
Good
did
luck.
he mistreat an
Let's go.
old man? How did he mistreat an old man?
I'm just not saying like, listen, dude. That guy has literally been a flag bearer for this community, especially for this age group, for the better part of a decade. And listen, I don't like, he and I don't have some handshake deal behind the scenes here. I think he's a superstar. And I think at that level, like when everybody's just like, instead of like corners, they're kind of cutting off a little bit around edges on everything just to make the moves, especially in that category.
He cut
It's
off more than a fucking round edge.
But dude, I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. I didn't
do.
I didn't do super deep research on this piece, but I'm just saying I vote for Hip and Steel. I'm
Hey.
just saying the guy's a good dude.
Why were you beating up on Hip and Steel? I actually know another name. Yes.
Oh
Fuck
yeah,
that.
because Gary Gary's done some videos
Dude.
on hip and steel back in the day.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Legend, bro. Why are
Hunter,
we
the best thing that I can tell is, how old are you? 32?
33, baby.
At a point in
Can't
time,
you
you're
tell
going
by
to be
the mustache?
unable. It's a dead giveaway. At a certain point in time, you're going to be 37, and you'll no longer have the mile times that you've got to be able to run the races that you want to race. Are you going to just try to say, well, I'm going to not do 5% of the race to keep up with everyone else who's doing 100% of the race? Or are you going to come after him?
Did he skip reps, or did he just kind of
Yes.
just like get a little bit of range of
Yes.
motion?
Range of motion. Bad.
But it's
Bad
really
range of
bad, Hunter. It's
to the
really
point
bad.
to the point where they shouldn't have even been done in the first place. And then he just says, I'm old. You don't know what it's like. My shoulders are beat up, but I'm the beacon of health in CrossFit. It's like, maybe you were.
But that's
but
my
now's a chance
point.
for you-
That's my point.
what?
I mean, listen.
What's your point?
I'm not saying that this dude, like when you're like when you're going for the Olympics and you're going for the gold medal in the, the typical Olympic category, and then you're talking about masters and senior Olympics, we're talking about the senior Olympics guys, and maybe their toe just went over the line where they were throwing the shot put a little bit. These guys are so gosh darn old, and they're still out there getting it. I respect what they're doing is my point.
Let me translate for you. Hunter's saying they're not real athletes. They don't deserve your time.
No. But listen, you can put.
Gary, are you familiar with the situation?
You can put certain people under the
I
microscope.
just saw in the chat, it's David, right? David Hibbensteel?
Dave Hibbensteel, right?
Did he enter a non-CrossFit event and just get
I think
whacked?
Sevan's really good at like summarizing this in about 30 seconds. We should let him, if you want to take a stab at it.
This guy basically entered a competition and he didn't do full range of motion on basically, let's just say, any of the reps. It was very poor. But then he later on came out and said, "Hey, the reason why I did that is because I just was going to take the time penalty and I didn't really care." But Hiller kept pointing it out to him, and instead of the guy just admitting, "Yeah, I fucked up," he tried to defend himself. And then it just got worse and worse because every time he tried to defend himself, Hiller made another video. And so it was like watching it didn't go good. Hibbensteel should have just leaned into it and made fun of himself. Instead, he took himself too seriously.
Yeah, that does surprise me because he was the pinnacle, like as his age category. I mean, he was walking legend.
Hey,
right?
dude, his ring muscle ups were locked out. His ring muscle ups were locked out like this. His overhead squat was locked out like this. I mean, it wasn't like close or anything.
Oh, and then most recently in that thing with the morning chalk up, he goes on to say that he has been avoiding surgery. He's been doing stuff such as lodging things within his belt to keep his back from blowing up mid-workout, and he's just falling apart.
It went from Hiller
using his falling apart along with him trying to say as if he's promoting the message of health and wellness for people of his age in the world. And he's also trying to like parallel those two things into saying, this is why I skipped all those reps. You should be okay with it because of these things that I'm also standing up for. And it's like, do you not realize what you're saying? All in the 20-minute time span.
But maybe you should have just left him alone too, because I do.
That's what I was saying. So, guys, I always used to be a big fan of Sean Ramirez. Was it Sean Ramirez, the guy who got popped with all the pads? He was like the master.
Innocent.
I don't know, man. I used to see him at a lot of events. I remember one time he gave me grips at a contest where I didn't have grips. He's like, dude, just take them and you go. He's like, you're going to use them better. I was like, what a respectable guy. He just like was always he was a good ass dude. And then it all came out that he was all juiced to the gills, and that crushed my heart. Like I was a humongous fan of him. And that's a piece that you go after and you kind of put the guy in the pan and sizzle him up. But the hip and steel thing was my point.
Hey, by the way, he sued the supplement company with the tainted supplements and won. Hunter
Ramirez did?
Yeah.
Well, MVP, dude, I think you're still I'm still a fan, but it broke my heart. I didn't do enough research to continue, but he was always great to me, and I always thought he was a great athlete. But that sucked, man. That broke my heart when you saw that.
If you sign up for California, if you sign up for California Hormones between now and December 24th, we will do a free drawing to give away a level 1. CrossFit level 1. Meaning, if you basically go to the website, cahormones.com, sign up, submit your blood work, get the free doctor's consultation, you'll be you have a good chance of getting the the CrossFit level 1.
I'm now catching on what happened here, and I would just like to say, because I have been using California Hormone, that they do not send you product in a dirty shoebox. Hunter is lying.
Thank you, Gary. That is why you're here.
Talking to Hunter.
They met me in a parking lot. They met me in a parking lot behind a dumpster. And they took it out of they took it out of a
wasn't
trash bag that
California
clearly had
hormones,
already
man.
been used before, and then gave me like a Puma shoe box full of all the stuff.
And
I had
they
to
took a
turn it
semen
down.
sample from Hunter. They took blood from you, Gary.
I don't give away semen because
Yeah.
then they're going to sell it to the Russians. They need this juice. The Russians are going to try to use it against us eventually.
It's been very professional. Although I gotta say, just last night, California Hormone, I am on my last dose. I just actually used it last night, and please ship me my new package.
Hey, have you been doubling down, Gary? Are you running out quickly because you're giving yourself too many injections? Be honest. Be honest.
No. What my last doctor's visit, he very emphasized that. So I'm supposed to take 0.5 milliliter of the little syringe, and he emphasized that I do no. A couple times I snuck a 0.6, but he's like, it doesn't do you any good. Don't do that. Just on the
it
line.
might do you some good.
Hey, I want to see Gary go to
somewhere else.
I want to see Gary go to Hunter's High Rocks camp.
Can we? Dude, yeah,
Go
come out here. I'll sponsor the whole thing. Can I ask you a quick question?
Come out there and whoop some bitches.
Dude, come out here, dude. This is man camp. I got literally like 20 pounds of wood right here that we got to chop. That's
Is
that a green screen behind you, Hunter? It doesn't look real. Like it looks like this is like a fake background. Yeah, it doesn't look real.
Dude, the cabin is regal.
You're just a level in front of it, and it doesn't look.
Where does Hunter call home? I don't know this.
I'm kind of like one of those kind of animals that traverses across mountain ranges, and like I summer in Malibu and I winter in the mountains of Lake Arrowhead. I live in Southern California between those two places.
And what's your camp? When is this?
Gary, hold on. Let me just say something really quick about Hunter. All kidding aside, he is arguably one of the fittest people who's ever fucking walked the planet. It's arguable that maybe he was the fittest man, and that just because of the definition of what we have in CrossFit, he didn't get it. I mean, the fucking guy's fit. He won this do you know about High Rocks, this fucking event, nutball event?
I don't know details. I've heard the brands.
The average professional time is an hour and 29 minutes, and this guy has done it in 55 minutes. It's some fucking hellacious run CrossFit hybrid thing. And so he has this cabin where crazy people will go and train with him for 8 weeks at a time, and he runs this camp up there. And recently he's claiming he retired, and so now he's saying he's going to give away all his secrets. I don't think he's really retiring, but we shall see. So in a nutshell, that's who he is. But he's
trying to make it past the Olympics, Gary.
In a boat. Yeah, sorry. Tell Gary about that. He's trying some obscure sport in the Olympics. He says he doesn't handstand walk. This sport is as ridiculous as handstand walk.
This is so much harder than handstand walking. So right now, my wetsuit is in the dryer spinning because I have to paddle in lakes that it's only 35 degrees here. I paddled yesterday in 28 degrees, and I still suck so bad that I fall in often. And trust me, it's an eye opener when you get in there. Basically, I decided, I was like, I've competed in so many of these things, and I've competed at a very high level for now 10 years. But the one thing that I don't have going on for myself is I haven't made it to the Olympics. Like if we all sat down, we were sitting at a table, and everyone's like, oh, where'd you go to college? And someone's like Northwestern. Another person's like, I went to UCLA, and then someone's like, I went to Harvard. The whole room will stop and look at the person that went to Harvard. As far as athletics, if you're all sitting down with a bunch of athletes and one person mentions that they were an Olympian, that's the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Until they see that you're in that boat, until they see that's your sport.
Wait until when you see the guys that are really good at this, you'd be very impressed by what they're doing. I mean, they're full blown. Like, have you ever been on a ski erg and like basically ripping into the ground? Like that's the range of motion, but you're on this tiny ass boat that's more narrow than your keyboard. And
yes,
yeah.
Even though he dresses like Boba Fett, the guy is serious as a heart attack. That is correct.
And are you close to the Olympian qualifying? I mean, is this a dream or is this potential?
I'm as far as I could possibly be, but at the same time, this isn't a hobby. Like if I didn't think it was possible, I wouldn't be doing it, because you know what? Like I'm already the top of the sport in another world, and I could fly around the world and get my flights paid for and get paid checks for competing. But at the same time, it doesn't fill up my cup anymore. Just been doing it for too long. So honestly, I'm just like, I'm in my last 2-3 years of competing, and I'm going to swing for the fences on this one and try to go for the Olympics. I'm getting good, but I'm not great.
But hey, you didn't fall in that video. That's pretty impressive. I know just even balancing in that thing is a feat of a lot of hours of practice.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And my back is so fucked up already from it. You really have to be careful with the thing.
Careful, hip and steel.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question because I was watching one of your videos just recently. Do you really think that did they pay you to do that with those no bull shoes, or did you just decide that you had a free day to just cook and boil shoes?
I haven't worn those shoes since I decided they were terrible, and then I was like, "This will be good." What can I do to these things? Did you watch that?
I personally don't have anything against the company. I just have, like, if you go into any of my homes, I have about 30 pairs of shoes from different companies. I got no sponsorship or affiliation. I think no bulls are just dog shit.
Also, did you ask me if they paid me to make that video?
Dude, I would
that just sunk in.
I whoop the shit out of almost anybody wearing no bulls in these Ugg boots right here. I have an Instagram called Ugglifts.
So wait, why don't
no
you
one likes them
no
except the
bulls?
people who are paid to wear them? That's the weird part. Gary, what do you wear?
You're not gonna.
Are you wearing no bulls? Because I'll shoot you dead.
You're not gonna believe this, bro. I still have
632 in
Nano
no bulls.
2s, nanos.
Nano 2s are the shit.
Yeah, because you personally, every CrossFit Games would take me to the Reebok store and always get me shoes. I still have unworn years.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
I'm still wearing, like, I think 2014 nanos at the moment. I don't know which.
Those are the wide toe box ones. I never was a fan of those ones.
But I have brand new shoes from like 2016. I haven't worn yet. I'm still. They're in queue, bro. It's awesome.
They're in queue.
Just keep them and never touch no bulls, because no bulls are like a mixture between penny loafers and some other like soggy fucking
cardboard.
Like like those boxes that are in like Ross Dress for Less, like the ones that should be all the way in the back that are just never get out of that section. That's a no bull shoe.
Can I ask
got
a question?
Pair of their sandals that are decent, but they're like not cheap and stupid because of it.
Can I ask a question that's just going to expose that I've been out of the world?
Yeah.
Sevan, you're not like affiliated officially with CrossFit HQ and No Bull, correct? Like the No Bull CrossFit.
No, I'm officially not affiliated with them.
Okay,
Damn.
so
I'm off.
because I was around the Reebok CrossFit Games, it's still so weird to me to not see that on there. And should I be buying into the new? Like, I still am like in the old days, like Reebok and Nanos and.
No, I think Hunter summed up all of our feelings about Noble in one hyphenated word: dog shit.
So it's not good.
I think that what they stand for is a joke, and I think their shoes are a joke, and I think that their branding, I think everything about them is, I think they're bad. I think they're a bad company. I think sending them money supports things that you would not want to be supporting.
I thought for like a hot second a few years ago, because Nike was taking on all these athletes, that there was a chance they would come in and scoop in and want to be the title sponsor. Why didn't that happen?
Another dog shit company.
They're smart. They're smart.
Is Gary drunk? Gary doesn't drink. What are you talking about?
Why would I be drunk? Oh, when can we talk about me, mofo?
Okay, let's talk about you. Tell us.
Because my babies will be waking up shortly.
Okay, tell us.
Well,
get them on the show.
Tell us about the journey.
Well, I would just like to sum up that since the last time we spoke, I have turned 50 years old, bitch.
Happy birthday. You're twice as old as
Hunter.
Hunter.
Another swear.
So I am officially 50, and I had a birthday party. Guess what? I rented out my CrossFit gym, and I had an actual party. I got a band. She was awesome.
Like mariachi band?
Like rock and roll, living on a prayer shit, like 80s rock music. It was awesome.
I like this.
And the thing is, I invited all my friends and family. The interesting thing about this party is that the only people still crushing it were the 10 people I've become friends with at the gym. So at like 11 o'clock at night, the only people dancing were my CrossFit homies, all my new peeps. So it's been really cool in this journey, this little bonus community of people that I've met at Iron Valley CrossFit, Travis Mead's gym over here in Oregon City. So I just want to say it's been awesome. A pleasant surprise. When you said, hey, come back to CrossFit and start working out, I didn't expect I'd be reintegrated and meeting people and making friends and all that cool shit. And turning 50 at the same time. So
it's an amazing community.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that.
And how much are you weighing?
So here's the thing.
307. 307.
Don't let him put you in a box like that, dude. The scale lies.
I thought you would be disappointed that I haven't lost. I'm right around 234, which when I started, we were 257, 258.
Nice.
But I
Dude,
got
Olympic heavyweight in wrestling.
I got to be honest. I've just been focused on performance in the gym, and I feel metabolically, physically, shit is happening. Like if I feel my arm when we first started, my bicep was not filling out my grip. It was like little puny, wimply, and now I just feel awesome. And like I was talking earlier, California Homer, I'm starting to, maybe think this shit's working.
You ran a 10 something, then an 8 something, then a 7 something, and then a 6 something. In 4 months, you took 5 minutes off your mile time.
Yeah.
What's your lifetime best mile?
So that's what's really interesting is when I graduated from the United States Marine Corps boot camp.
They're runners over there.
March of 1992.
Wow.
30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago. Holy fuck, it's been 30 years. Oh, shit.
I got you. Go, keep going.
So the PFT, 3 mile test in the PFT, and the perfect score in the Marine Corps then
18.
was 18 minutes flat. And I ran it in 18 minutes and 6 seconds.
Wow.
Okay. How many miles a week were you running then? And what do you think your best
Since
mile
you're a
time
Marine,
has been?
have you ever heard of Chesty Puller? I just bought this book yesterday.
Chesty. Oh.
Dude, this is supposedly, you got to get this book, dude. Supposedly this dude's like the best Marine of all time.
Is he still alive?
No, he's dead as fuck.
No. When you go to Marine Corps, if you're not working out, you're in the classroom, and Chesty's like mentioned on like day one. Like that's like,
Hey, Chesty Puller sounds like a porn name.
Yeah.
Dude, he was a porn star, dude, and he was just fucking up all the people he was fighting.
Chesty Puller.
So in the Marine Corps, we ran. I mean, I don't think there wasn't a day that we didn't run a few miles in the morning, afternoon, and evening. They did not in boot camp. They did not call it burpees, but I tell you, I did more burpees in boot camp than I'd done in my entire CrossFit of 10 years.
What do they call them? Up downs?
Yeah, I can't remember. They just were fucking awful, and I did a lot of them. And they would have us drink as much water as possible. Then burpee. They put all of us group in together, like 20 people, and then they'd say the person who's doing the burpees the fastest, I'll excuse. So they'd have you go max effort, and they're like, nobody's working hard. You fucking people are slow. I need to see some working hard, and you're starting to fade, and they're starting to mind fuck you. And then it'll be like, okay, Joe out. And then I'm like one of the last people. I'm vomiting water. Because then they pause and they drink more water. And I was vomiting while burping.
How do you feel about the softened standards of the military these days? Like how you can have like an excuse card. Like if you're getting yelled at too hard, you can just like lift up this card and they'll just let you out of there. And how do you feel about how fat most people are in the military these days?
So,
Caleb has opinions.
Let me tell you.
They do not have an excuse card. I swear to God, that's all bullshit.
Listen, I think it's true. One of my friends, I just made a $1,000 bet with my friend, and he won. He lost 35 pounds. He lost 35 pounds in 3 months. He's an Apache helicopter in South Korea. This fat fuck had to remove the padding out of the helicopter because he was so fat. And I was like, dude, you need to fucking lose weight. Like he used to be my rugby buddy and the guy who taught me how to lift weights in college. Now he's just a fat tank. And so I made a $1,000 bet with him because now he could basically like make a bedroom in there because there's so much space. He's not so chunky, but man, the fact that they allow somebody to fly around a $30 million helicopter that's like its fat cushioning is up against the surface of the windows. That's a risk.
Okay, this is really good.
Dude, our president is has dementia. I mean, there is risks everywhere.
Listen, Sevan, in 1992, it was just a real thing that they announced that our drill instructors could no longer swear to us because of mom's writing to the Marine Corps. And the entire thing was like, we used to be able to swear. But now my entire memory of boot camp is freaking frack, you freaking Robert, fuck, freaking Robert, it's just,
Really? They cut out swearing in boot
cut
camp?
out swearing. But they did, they also are not supposed to touch you. But I personally was tackled by my drill instructor and his hands around my neck because I couldn't keep a straight face in lineup. So he came over. I was looking at the guy on the other side, and I couldn't keep a straight face, and he ran over just like freaking Pile of what's the movie?
Gomer Pyle.
Gomer. No.
My dad used to do the same thing to me.
And he ran over and he tackled me over my fucking Foot Locker, and he's like, "What do you freaking think is funny, Roberts? Are you laughing at my?" Anyway, so he touched me and another crew, but we did not. No way would I have ever said anything to anyone. I was like, dude, I'm getting out of here. I got 13 weeks. I will not complain to anybody. But somebody jumped off. Somebody committed suicide and jumped off of barracks. They couldn't handle it. And shit.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
One of the dudes in your class jumped to his death?
Not my platoon, a different platoon. A different company. But shit like that, moms wrote letters, and they got him to soften up. And I don't know how soft it is.
Wouldn't that happen if he was out of the military?
You mean the killing yourself part?
Yeah, can't blame that on the Army.
The thing is,
hey, he didn't like seeing Gary get choked, and so he killed himself. That's what I heard.
Here's the true story. The facts are they really hammer home how much you cost, how much it costs to train you. And if you're a little bitch, we don't just let you go home. Like they really mind fuck you. You can't just, at least then you couldn't just walk in and say, I changed my mind.
What's your wife saying about how much you swear now? I've never heard you swear. Now you swear like me now. You've entered the swearing club.
I gotta be honest, she's still not on board with California. Everything I do, she's like, it's because of that testosterone.
You hear it every day?
If there's any drama, if I don't respond to my son whining because he wants the freaking iPad or something, she's like, you're a little hard on him. Is it the testosterone? I'm like, oh man. Oh my God, man. Come on, lady.
Keep being hard on him. Boys need that.
Yeah.
No iPads.
Yeah. It's tough, man, dude. The iPad makes parenting a little easier, but damn, they get addicted.
They get so addicted. In the long run, they'll end up looking like Hunter without the performance.
My dad, we didn't have any of these opportunities. My parents were just like, if you spoke up at the dinner table in the wrong way, you were getting wah-bah.
Yeah, me too.
Anyways, sorry. I forgot to follow up. Someone asked the wife, this is at the 50 birthday party. Me and the missus looking like a power. Damn, focus.
Yeah, you look good. It's focused. You look good.
I can see it.
I can't believe how skinny your face has gotten.
Yeah, I'm crushing it, dude. I am crushing it. I cannot believe how great I feel. I thank you again.
Can you do a pull-up yet? Can you do a pull-up?
Yeah. I can do a pull-up.
What are you deadlifting? Can you deadlift 300 pounds?
I got 335 the other day.
Damn.
My biggest weakness coming back was like dips. We're so hard getting in that range of motion again. And I just went bandless on my dips.
Oh,
so I
cool.
was using bands. So dude, everything is going good, man. And even more importantly, like I've dropped families like, hey, we need you to do shit. I was like, hey dude, I gotta be back. I gotta go to the gym. You can't F up. Like I am really prioritizing getting to the gym 5 days a week. In the past,
and you take your kid to the gym too, right?
I was, but then suddenly something happened in the beginning of October. The temperatures dropped here in Oregon. Oh my God, it got so cold, bro.
Dude, you have more testosterone than all the men put in Oregon put together, I bet. Which is
I
not
don't know.
saying much. It's Oregon, but still.
Let me tell you, my gym, I love Iron Valley, but damn, it gets cold in there, and I haven't brought my babies as much since this temperature's gotten so down.
And are you liking your coach more? In the beginning, he said basically he was too rough. Now that you're in California hormones, is he just right?
We're building a rapport. I kind of bust his balls a little bit because he really tries to keep, what is it with CrossFit coaches and trying to keep pushing the programming? It's like, fuck, dude. It's like,
what do you mean?
Like, so he's like, oh, I think I'm going to start programming lusters. And I was like, what's a luster? He's like, putting lunges in with the thruster. And I was like, thrusters are bad enough. You don't need to do lunges. You don't need to mix that.
I've seen that movement. I'm not a big fan of that movement.
And then like the other day we did lunge balls, like not just wall balls, but I had to do a lunge, throw the ball up, catch it, reverse lunge, throw the ball up. And I was like, oh my God.
It sounds like
not
Pilates.
drunk. This is him, guys. This has always been him. This is
drunk.
Gary Roberts.
What? Why do you think I'm drunk?
This is the second time. This is the second time you've accused me of being drunk. I'm not gonna lie. There's some.
I cannot.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I want to know.
Nobody's accused me of being drunk. I look like I'm the person who should be dealing drugs here.
They've accused you of being on mushrooms.
Matt Burke.
Yeah, no, that's what you wear to bed. You just roll.
I do like how when you turn your head, I actually do feel like you're looking around at the cosmos, like you're in your spaceship, like when you do this.
100, dude.
Sevan, Matt says burpee contest with Sevan. How are you? How's your fitness right now?
It's good. It's good.
I feel like you don't work out, Sevan. I feel like you just move.
Master of the assault bike right there.
No, I work out. I work out every day.
100 burpees for time.
No, probably not. I'm the least fit out of the three of you, but I'm still more fit than everyone who
walks
walks
in. Can you
in
pick up a pillow on that bed really quick just to prove that it's a real background? All right. Thank you. That's all.
Sorry. I don't think that you actually live in a garage with an SRT Jeep. I feel like that's your mom's living room, and that you've got one of those really good tech backgrounds. That's the subtle flex you always like to do.
Put the Jeep in the
I'd have to get a widescreen lens to show off all like the palatial mansion that I have in all my cars. But you know me, I'm humble.
Put yourself like out in the range.
Like, dude, I hate the fucking word humble. Do you know how many people attack me on my social media? They're like, "Hey man, why don't you try being more humble?" I'm like, "Why don't you shut the fuck up and lose those thumbs in that iPhone while you're at it?"
How about when someone wins like the Academy Award and they go, "I'm so humbled by this." That none of that ever makes sense to me. You're humbled.
You're humbled by the paycheck that you got for that massive movie and all the shit that you bought in that massive mansion.
Yeah, winning an award doesn't make you modest. I would go up there and be like, "I'm so prideful. Fuck, I'm better than all of you."
I saw a video popped up the other day of somebody interviewing Josh Bridges, and they're like, "Hey man, how'd you become so fucking humble?" I'm like, "That's not an interesting question. Shut the fuck up."
Right.
Humble is something that should be deleted from the language because honestly, dude, I think you should take action and excitement and enthusiasm to whatever you do. And if your exuberance is a little bit higher than other people in the room, then let their vibrations leave your fucking space. Like Gary over here, he's exuberant. He clearly not humble about his situation. What's the point of being? You're doing great.
When I was coming on the show, I had this big plan that I would say, "Good morning, Sevan," and I forgot I was gonna get my Good Morning Vietnam in there. Robin Williams.
You got to get a notepad, dude. Let's keep track of these things.
Hey, I got something I got to talk about before I go.
Okay, go ahead.
So I've been using California Home Run for like 4 months now. And I got to be honest, when I talk to people out in the world, I'm starting to feel this overall pressure like, ooh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And it feels like, what? Why did so many? And then I saw a little clip that said you cannot patent testosterone. And I was wondering, is this like a big business hates like the I don't want to be conspiratorial here, but basically, commerce makes big money off sick people, right? And you get old, they drug you, and they want to just medicate, blah blah blah. And is there like this social messaging from Big Brother to push?
You mean pharmaceutical companies that are constantly trying to keep you on medicine that's going to keep your blood pressure lower and help you with your diet? Why would you inject hormones into yourself, which is already naturally created? Instead, inject this insulin because you're a fat piece of shit and you can't control yourself. Like everybody in my family has type 2 diabetes because they cannot control themselves. I don't even bother to explain the narrative of how they got into this position because they're too stupid to understand it.
And he has a very smart family.
And listen, I don't even bother to explain to people. Yet they're the people that try. And I'm not an anti-COVID person, but they're the people like, you need to go and get your 17th vaccination, Hunter. Don't you understand how the body works? I'm like, I understand better than any of you guys because I go to the gym. I can see my penis from a straight line from my nipple down. You have to look at the curvature of the earth of your belly to get down to see what's going on between your legs. Like, these are people that do not understand what human health is all about. And of course, gigantic industry.
You sound like the Liver King.
No, but I mean, listen, the Liver King's a piece of shit, and I won't talk about him.
Hey.
Listen, dude, you were the first person to promote this dude's narrative, so you should wise up.
Hey.
But
love me, the Liver King. Hey.
Yeah, man, dude, you should take whatever you want.
I wanted to put this. I sent this when we were talking about having more testosterone than all of Oregon over there with Gary. I sent this. I saw this the other day. James Cameron says that it's a toxin that you must terminate from your system. And I'm like, imagine saying that and believing it. You must be a really cool guy to hang out with.
Gary,
I love
your wife must be so proud.
That really disappoints me to see one of my idols say that. That's crazy.
I love James Cameron too. Titanic.
Oh my God.
Hey, he lives right down the street from Hunter.
Han Solo is the definition of testosterone. He created that character.
No, that's not the Han Solo guy. You're thinking of the wrong director.
I don't think
James Cameron did
George
that.
Lucas,
Didn't
man.
James Cameron create Star Wars?
That's
George
Lucas.
No, George Lucas, homie.
Dude.
It's fair. It's fair.
Oh,
He did Terminator.
Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones.
No, he didn't do Indiana Jones either.
No,
What?
no.
Didn't they do the Indiana Jones where
Spielberg, bro.
Wait
Terminator.
a second.
Oh, there you go.
Terminator. Avatar.
I bet he didn't feel like he had to get rid of testosterone when he was making the Terminator.
True Lies.
Or True Lies. Damn.
I had that on VHS.
The guy that made Star Wars is shaped like a circle.
He did not make Rambo. This guy did not direct Rambo, did he?
Part
Point
two,
Break.
maybe.
These are the most testosterone film movies. Last Action Hero.
No,
all right.
No, some of those.
Someone's paying him.
That's crazy. So just to follow back up what I'm saying, the pushback I'm getting out in society, it feels like there is work to be done there because I'm really
Could you
getting
beat these people in an wrestling match?
Understood what you were trying to say. They're pushing back. It's dangerous. I tried to try to understand. I didn't get it.
Like, okay, it's not the same vein as like when you're out there and you're like, oh, I do CrossFit. And I'm like, oh, I hear CrossFit's dangerous. Like, are you sure that's safe for you?
So people are understanding why you're doing testosterone. They're not saying it's dangerous.
No,
they're into it.
They are. No, they're saying it's dangerous and they're concerned for my health and are really pushing like, oh, I love one of my uncles. He's like my favorite family member. And the minute he found out, he's like, that really concerns me. I think that is not like,
is he on medications himself, Gary?
He's actually battling like some really bad medical issues. Like,
so let me just tell you something. 80% of America is on supplements. 80%, but it's probably 90% are fucking on medications. The amount spent, I just looked this up the other day. The amount people in the United States spend on pharmaceuticals is equivalent to the entire GDP of countries like Finland, New Zealand, and there's another 150 countries that go down the list. We spend so much fucking money on pharmaceuticals. And these people, it's like what Hunter was saying. These people are okay with type 2 diabetes medication when they could fix the problem themselves, but they have an issue with you taking a little bit of testosterone. It right. Seems, I'm not saying two wrongs make a right. And I know I'm appealing to, it's not a logical argument I'm making, but it does put some perspective and context around what you're doing versus what other people are doing.
To Hiller's one more point, I don't feel like when I took on this journey, I didn't realize it was like gonna have to explain why I'm taking testosterone and be able to defend it. And I just don't feel I'm as well equipped with the messaging. But what you've just said and Hunter has said, it helps me a little bit.
I'm gonna give you like an easy button. Someone's gonna approach you with something they're saying. It's like click this button, it'll give them a response.
Yeah.
Then they'll
Hey,
say
isn't
something, and then there'll be another button that you can click.
Isn't it crazy that the vast majority of medications out there are so that you can eat a Snickers bar, but your medication is so that you can work out?
Yeah. And I think like, I'm like, so I say, I feel amazing. And they're like, well, you got frustrated with me last week about some marital thing. And they're like, the testosterone, they think I'm like, bro, that's always been me. I've always gotten frustrated. Oh, my father, my stepdad put it the best. He goes, the thing we love about Gary is he's highly emotional. But the upsides is that when he's really happy is, having fun. And then when he's really angry, it can
I got it. Tell anybody this anytime anyone ever says anything to you. You are Gary Roberts. What testosterone does is it makes you the biggest version of yourself in every aspect, and you just said that.
Yeah.
You give it to Hunter, you see him what he's wearing right now. We don't even want to know what he'd be wearing if he was on this. If he had 1100 testosterone.
Hunter, do you know that his sport, it's legal to be on testosterone, the sport Gary plays?
What is that? The sport of
Life?
Arm wrestling? You
Arm
compete in
wrestling,
arm
yeah.
wrestling? Dude, I'd snap the shit out of your arm.
I would bitch slap you, bro.
Dude,
I guarantee you,
I
Hunter.
wouldn't even hesitate. I will pie a flight up there, and if I whoop the shit out of you, dude, you take me to any restaurant I want. I would literally torque your shoulder so bad you'd never wipe your ass again.
I would bitch slap your fingers.
Dude, there's no amount of test. You could take a bath in testosterone before we hang out, and I would break the shit out of you, dude.
Hey, you have
undisputed.
Hunter, you have to practice ready.
It's not a question, dude.
I would bitch slap you, flop your bitchy hand open like this.
Dude,
the
beef on the bone right here, dude, it's unstoppable. It's like a piston. All I do when I go to bars is I just get drunk and I sit back and then I just start to find the biggest man in the room and I snap down on that man.
Do you train your pinky, Hunter? If you don't, I will crush your shit.
Nah, dude, I do the twist and ram, dude.
I do the twist and ram
over the
too.
top, dude. Ram jam right here, dude.
I would top roll that shit. Oh my god, let me get out.
Dude, you got
Gary, have you entered a tournament in the last 4 months?
Dude, there's a tournament, Washington State, in 3 days.
Oh, are you going?
I have a family reunion on the same day. I'm so pissed.
Dude, anybody who's got a python for an arm would ditch their family in a second. That's how I know you'd lose. My family would respect me 10 times more for going to some truck stop in Washington and breaking some dudes off than hanging out with them.
Listen, I've broken. hey, Hunter.
Oh my goodness.
A 13-year-old kid challenged me to an arm wrestling match, and I broke his arm.
Dang right, dude. Let that child know what's
broke
up,
a 13 kid's
Gary,
arm?
did you really break a 13-year-old kid's arm?
I did.
You have to, dude. There's a hierarchy in this world.
You have to.
I didn't know, bro. I barely went, and his arm just snapped.
Oh my God, were his parents pissed?
Dude, Jonathan Vasquez is the dude who challenged me. He said, I want to see him. I want to see you arm wrestle my son. And right before the finals of the tournament, he was in the finals. He was in the finals. He had to take his son to the hospital, so he didn't get a chance to compete. Wrecked his weekend, bro.
Children, stay away from Gary Roberts. Not for the reason you should stay away from most adults, but stay away from Gary.
Hunter.
I thought you were naming the child. His name, and I broke his arm.
No, I was his father. Hunter, stick to your sport. Stick to your sport. You are not an arm wrestler. You are not an
I can tell just by, dude, your arm looks like a tube of toothpaste. Mine looks like a mountain range.
It's the hand, bro. Speed, hand. I will pop that hand open. Bam!
Damn, dude. This is going to be a hard day for you.
Yeah. Sevan.
I've been quiet, but I could smoke both of you.
We used to have some good arm. We used to have some good arm.
You can't come to the party late on this.
Yeah, you would kill me. You would kill me now.
Guys, I gotta go.
Well, thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Gary.
Hey, dude, I'd love to come see your ranch, man.
Come down here, dude. Fort Fitness this is where we get the business done.
I come with a wife and 2 babies.
We got room.
Yeah.
There's bunk houses and stuff here.
Yeah.
I can't. No. What he said is he came in his wife and now has 2 babies. That's what he said.
I did.
Misunderstood, Hunter.
That was rude.
Hey, Sevan, thanks
yes.
for having me on.
Love you, brother. Thanks for coming. Thanks for checking in. Congratulations on that 632. That really is crazy impressive, dude.
I still don't have my muscle ups back.
They're coming.
I'm working on that.
Give it a month.
Do it strict, dude. Don't waste your time with that kipping nonsense. Get yourself hurt.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why you got knocked out of the CrossFit games, Hunter. You said about handstand walks.
Hey, because of my bad vision, I couldn't read any of this chat, but thank you for joining in, and I will see you guys later. Nice to meet all of you. I'm going to continue crushing it, bro. Thanks, California Hormone.
Talk to you in a couple weeks.
Dude.
Send me my shit. Send me my shit.
That guy's good.
Hunter.
I can breathe now. Okay, I can take a deep breath. Ooh, he's wild. That was good, like good wild. All right.
You ran an Ironman, Hunter? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll finish up with Gary, and then we'll go to your Ironman.
That fucked my neck up bad. I don't want to ever do an Ironman
conversation
again.
or the Iron Man?
Both.
I can't believe you did an Ironman. When I saw that video, I was like, what is he doing?
I didn't train for it at all, and that was the biggest mistake ever. And you know what it is? It's not the distance, it's the positioning. I will tell anybody right now who's like a large-bodied man that the biggest mistake that you can make, dude, is not getting on one of those triathlon bikes. So I'll tell you guys exactly how it feels. I want you to sit like this. I want you to look straight up in the sky. Then I want you to bring your chest down to your hamstrings and keep on looking up vertically. And you are in this position for 5+ hours.
I almost threw my back out.
Dude, my neck
Why don't
is
you just get a regular bike? Why do you have to use that bike?
I mean, dude, it does make a very noticeable difference. Yeah.
What did you swim? You swam, and that's the furthest you've ever swam?
Yeah.
2 miles?
Yeah.
What were the distances?
It's 2.4 miles, 112 miles, and then 26 miles.
Damn.
Some guy said I didn't train for this. I have posted videos training for this thing. Yeah, we made content around it. It was influencer content, to be totally honest. We spent most of our time chopping wood. The thing is about doing triathlons is like, yeah, it's totally attainable for almost pretty much anyone who's on this call. It's like to accelerate yourself through it all is when you really need the blocks of training.
What does this mean? Hiller's clueless.
About the
what?
bike. I got no fucking clue about how much better that bike is, apparently.
The three things Hiller knows nothing about: triathlete bikes, chugging cock, and etiquette around old CrossFitters. Those are 3 things.
Yeah, dude.
Zero.
You gotta understand, these guys are hyped.
I would come out there with a mountain bike with the big ass tires and be like, "Hey, at least my neck don't hurt."
Supposedly, it's 18% difference. If you get like the most aerodynamic positioning you can possibly get, including that helmet and everything, there's an 18% difference in cost of work done.
I mean, that looks
like say.
Hey, did you see anyone bigger than you finish before you?
I don't think so. But I'm sure there's people out there.
You look like those guys on the side of the road that you look over at thinking, this is what you do all the time. Oh, that looks expensive.
I will admit, though, dude, there were some dudes out there that that basically they're out there and they get in these bikes and they just rip these fucking huge dudes. And they're on these bikes and they have these thunder thighs and they're just pistons and it makes them so fast. And the bike, I'm not trying to be dismissive, but a lot of it is the equipment that you have. It's like, you know, when if you picked up like an old rusty barbell in someone's backyard and tried to do a snatch with it versus like an Eleiko barbell, it's just a totally different piece of machinery. And I did it and I liked it and I'll never do it again.
Do you need to stay home? Do you want to stay at home wife?
Do I want to stay at home wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hunter, look at my username. You don't want to pull me. This is Gary Roberts has a YouTube station called Arm TV. He's saying you don't want that.
That sounds like it. I'm not gonna lie. That's a sexual comment. You don't want to pull me. Yeah, man. Listen, I'll meet up with any arm wrestler anywhere, and I'll fucking go to war with them. I'm not the best arm wrestler, but when it comes to just getting drunk at bars and just going toe to toe, I fuck dudes up. And I'm sure there's people out there. What does that mean?
How many have you lost? Compared to how many have you won?
Like I really only, if I can remember as an adult, lost 2 arm wrestling matches, and one of them was after World Championships at Spartan Race. We do what's called the Case Race World Championships. So you just run over like basically like a 3-hour championship up at altitude, and you're just lit. You're so dehydrated and fucked up. And then what we do is we take cases of beer, 20 cases of beer, and you and a partner split them up, and you drink as fast as you possibly can. And like that's another big like, you know, behind the scenes tournament that we do. And then afterwards it always breaks out into arm wrestling. And one night I arm wrestled for 3 hours straight.
Wow.
And I lost my last match. I had a nosebleed going on during it. And I got tendonitis for 2 months afterwards.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that was like
that's what I was wondering. You should be careful.
That was one of the only like memorable losses I had. I was pretty disappointed in that.
How much weight did you lose during the Ironman from when you got on the started to finish, you know?
I don't know. I drank a lot. I ate a lot. I'll admit, like that's another piece is you probably, anybody who's listening to this is, you should have a really good nutrition protocol. And I came in there with like a bro protocol. Like I just, and I also lost some of my nutrition while I was on the bike. And like, you know, my best way of putting it, it's like, imagine playing a game of golf and you had like a driver, a putter, and like, you know, a mid club. Losing one of those things in the middle of the game, like you're very, very much fucked. Like your whole strategy's changed. And a couple of my pieces of nutrition fell off on the bike, specifically the sodium, which fucked me over. I started to really fall apart near the end. And it's just the kind of thing where it's like once the gas tank's on E, and you can't really fill it back up. So it was gnarly.
Any desire to do it again?
Like as a journeyman when I'm older, but as like an athlete, no.
No, it wasn't like High Rocks. You did it once. You're like, oh, I can get into this. This is cool. Like you did this. You're like, fuck, this is some fucked up shit.
It's fucked up in the way that's like, it's catabolic in like the highest sense of the word, meaning like.
What does that mean? You eat yourself?
Your body is just going to eat away
right.
more and more and more and more and more to the point where it's just like you're a rib cage. That's it. Like you should see these guys when they're competing. They're just as lean as you possibly could be because you just have to have like an X amount of wattage and X amount of weight and it hits the spot. And like, if you can sustain that, you'll be really good. But the biggest factor isn't necessarily your power. It's more to do with your weight.
What's your marathon time?
I only ran it once and I ran at 2:54. But like that was a non-trained thing, but I was trying to set the world record for the fastest marathon ever run over 200 pounds. And I started to drop down to the 240s. And I wanted to get down to like 235. 236 is the record for 200 pounds plus.
Wow.
And I ripped my hamstring somehow, and it's never really been the same since.
Oh, shit. Like ripped. Wow.
I don't know, man. It's like still here to this day, and it's some kind of, I don't know, whether it's like some kind of tendon irritation or some kind of microscopic tear. It sucks. But now that I'm in the boat, no big deal.
What was that video we saw the other day, Caleb, where we showed that skinny lady running and she basically looks like she's anorexic? Do you know where that is? What event is that? Some of those athletes don't even look like athletes. They're so damn skinny. This was something at the Olympics. And I want to say
probably power walking, 204. Am I bigger than you, baby?
Keeping weight on while trying to run for a marathon record and keeping yourself over 200 pounds?
Mass gainer, baby. Like 5,000 plus calories a day. Mass gainer is the easiest way to go. Just go.
What is your heaviest in the past 10 years?
What's the heaviest I've been? 217.
Yeah. Oh, I figure you're like a 230er. You think that you can weigh more than me?
Dude, I'll out-dick the shit out of you.
How much do you weigh, Hiller? How much do you weigh?
Yeah, what's going on, Hiller?
I was 202 this morning. I've been 202 for a couple of days.
Beating you right now.
I'm up from 187, man.
It's because you have feminine bone structure.
I do have the bitchiest ass wrists ever. They're so tiny.
Pussy.
Hey, you're taller than Andrew, though, right? How tall are you?
Yeah, you're like 5 inches taller than me.
It's all my cock. Yeah,
hold your weight somewhere. You have to hold it somewhere.
How tall are you?
It's the way I can balance on the boat.
5'9".
I would say I used to be 6'2" and a quarter, and I would say from all the weightlifting, I'm probably down to like 6'1.5" now.
No
You have to-
shit.
If you
That's
hang
real?
a ton, yeah, man. If you hang a ton, I'll put my buddy on the show, Bobby Williams. He's the guy who's like been my guru for all things training and lifestyle.
Crazy Bobby.
Crazy Bobby is the smartest person I've ever met, and he's one of these kind of people where like he doesn't have degrees and he doesn't have all these fancy things and gigantic businesses that he can lean on that makes him seem like, I don't know, more verified than somebody else, but he just seems to know everything before the science even comes out on it. And he was the guy who was like, Hunter, if you're going to keep in this game, like you need to hang more. And I did it for a long time, and then I got out of it, but I'm getting back to it now.
What do you mean hang?
So after like
Straight up
all of your weightlifting sessions, you should hang from your arms, and then I also have boots that you should hang from, and then you should take like a 45-pound plate and hang it.
Do they look like this?
Yeah, as good as it gets. So like I think it's the term is like the synovial fluid. I don't know if I did that properly. That sits between the discs of your spine. Like you're just compressing it, and over the day, like you'll wake up and you'll be taller in the morning, and throughout the day you'll get shorter, especially after you do heavy weightlifting sessions. And like another big factor of this thing is like I went into this place called the Body Garage. They tried to rip me off, but I'll give you some good data on them. You like go into this place and they put you in front of this whole structured board, and they do that Da Vinci thing where they put a line through you and all these lines, and they show you how crooked you are. And I had like angles out in my neck, my spine, my shoulders. It's crazy when they put the lines through how much you can show how crooked your body is. And like if you can just hang more, it will start to stretch these things out and bring you back into alignment.
So basically using your own gravity to just pull everything out in the right direction.
I suggest it for everybody. It healed me when I got really fucked up during CrossFit. I don't blame CrossFit. I fucked myself up while training for CrossFit.
Hear that, hip and steel?
Yeah. Basically, I think that's the move.
I used to have those boots. You have to be have a basic level of better than a basic level of fitness just to be able to get upside down in those boots. By the way, don't any jackass think you're just gonna do that.
I'll warn people.
Talking about the Deuce Bigelow scene where he pulls the fish tank over because he can't get out of the boots.
Yeah. Dude, the first time I ever did it for a long period of time, I could not get up. Like like the separation had made me like almost like my muscles had disconnected, and I was like, oh my God. So I had to like
what do you mean you couldn't get up?
For some reason, like I didn't not have the strength.
You were that fucked up?
Yeah, because I just had been hanging for too long. I was like, okay,
dude,
I just got these
some nerves from the muscles from hanging upside down too long.
No joke. Sometime last week, I was like, I wonder if I could fall asleep like this, and what would happen if I like woke up after like what would happen?
You'd probably die.
I've almost fallen asleep because I used to, after all my sessions, I would put my headphones on, these big Beats headphones, and I'd sock myself into it, and I'd listen to like these really like intense meditative musics, and I would get like really into my thought process from championships, and you'd get into this almost like lucid dreaming type thing. Yeah, I would have 100% died.
Yeah, what would happen if you just stayed upside down? I mean, they do in movies, right? That's my thing.
It probably
it's like a torture thing. I could probably do it for like 6 hours, no problem.
Do you do it every day, Hiller? Those boots?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like 5 minutes at a time. How long would you do it for, Hunter? I don't even know. I haven't looked at
15 to 20.
Protocol.
So
okay,
I get myself into these things. You guys can probably see my video.
I'll
disconnect this one, and it opens up your hip girdle really crazy.
So you just hang by one leg?
Yeah, hang by one leg. Get your hands up here and
okay.
allow that to sink down. Boom, snap this one in. Do the next one.
Cool. Oh, cool.
Okay, so I do that.
Don't do that shit. It's gonna tear off one of your legs.
Then if you got the squat rack, dude, start to take yourself.
Remember, we're talking to the guy who couldn't even get in there in the first place.
Okay. All right.
Whoa.
Yeah. What about the squat rack?
Once you get into the squat rack, brace your arms against the side and start to open up your rib cage and everything and all your lats. Like you can do all
While you're
these
upside
crazy
down
things.
or just in general?
Oh yeah, upside down.
Because you're upside down. Okay.
That extra weight is
like
just
that.
creating like a forced stretch. I'm trying to help you guys out, dude. I'm a Pilates instructor. What can I say?
Hey, you're telling me that Hiller can hang. You're telling me that Hiller can hang.
Walked away, and you were showing like your arm flexibility. Like just walk. Like if you were looking out the window with your arms behind your back, Caleb, do you remember this? You were around with me, where he's just like stretching his arms, looking out the window. It's just something that Sevan, when he was walking away, he like put his arms behind his back and he was just like stretching.
He looked like just like an old man just staring out the window.
It was one of the most
dude,
flexible things I've seen a guy your age do. You should show everybody right now how flexible your shoulders are.
I would have, except Caleb said I looked like one of those old. Caleb said something that fucked me up. I can't do it. You're gonna have to just see it. You're gonna have to just see it.
I talked to a shadow. Sorry.
Hey, you're telling me you think you can hang from one of those boots from one leg upside down?
He just said he does. Yeah, he says he does that.
God, well, that just doesn't seem good.
He leaves his hands on the bar, and then he lifts one leg. So it's like one leg is in on hooked up, and then both hands. So it's like he's got 3 points of contact, and the other leg is hanging free.
Oh, okay. Okay. And 15 minutes seems crazy long to be hanging upside down.
Everyone is saying go hang, but I just don't know if it's the time and place to do that.
Yeah,
we already lost Hunter. Gary's off. I'll hang. I don't care.
Damn, boys,
that's like the least terrifying thing. You peed?
You peed?
I went pee-pee.
Hey,
so Hunter, where did you get the protocol to hang?
Bobby,
okay.
Crazy Bobby.
I like it.
Do you brush your teeth and pee at the same time in the morning? Or do you do them separately?
Excuse me?
Separately.
I swear, I just saw a dude do it yesterday.
I try to focus
He was standing at a urinal, and he had one hand on his toothbrush and another hand on his cock and balls, and was just like brushing his teeth. And then at one point, he switched hands and was just still, and then brushed the other side of his teeth, and then peed with the other hand. Swear to God.
I'm the kind of man who likes to focus on my trade. I'm good at brushing my teeth. I focus on that. I'm good at going pee. Yeah.
That may be your greatest contribution to the show yet, Caleb. That is fucking nuts that you actually got. You got to be around a lot of men to witness that kind of shit. Wow.
There's just like so many people in the bathroom, dude. It was fucking disgusting. I almost wanted to just be like, dude, you can't do that.
It's not like you guys don't have enough free time over there to break those out and do
literally that's what I'm saying.
Activities.
I'm like, dude, just pee first. Just take care of it. Take care of your business.
Do you think this Allison NYC person right here is just like a guy covering up, trying to catfish people?
No,
that's a provocative. That's a provocative profile pic. That's a catfishing picture right there.
No, that girl lives by me. I know her. I see her regularly. Like me and my fam.
But this is a catfishing tactic right here. She says she lives in NYC.
No, that's her right there. Look it.
Maybe that's where she started.
No, I actually know her, Hunter. Like I see her and her husband a couple times a week.
Sevan, are you being catfished right now?
No. You just can't believe what you're seeing, but believe it.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, believe it. She's been around since 2008. I met her in 2008 at kettlebell cert.
I took my kettlebell cert. I have a quick question. This is about CrossFit because this is a CrossFit show. Can you still claim to have?
This is not a CrossFit show. This is not a CrossFit show.
Well, you guys talk way too much about CrossFit then. Can you still claim that you have a certification in CrossFit if it's not like recently retaken?
It has to be within 5 years.
I think you can. I think that like in order to like teach at look at there he is. So you're saying he should unhook one of those feet? And just
unhook one of your feet and bring your hands up towards, hold on to the bar and grab up there and let go one. Be careful. Be careful. I don't want you to hurt yourself. And then let that thing hang down. You're going to open up your hip girdle a ton.
Oh, this is sick.
Oh, so great. He doesn't let go with his hands.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, dude. If you can get into that, dude, that opens up your hamstring and booty so much.
This left hamstring, it feels great right now.
Yeah, no big deal.
So what was the other one you were saying where you grab onto the side of the
put your feet back in both, and now grab with your left hand low, right hand high.
Left hand
on the
low.
bar there. Yeah, right there on the inside. Now go right hand high. There you go. Now kind of like almost like you're pulling on a bow. Now push out with your left hand and pull with your right hand. Open up your lats and everything.
Great.
Yeah, see.
This is awesome.
This is a stretch class by Hunter. Everybody get in there.
Yep. Hunter's new training program. I'm gonna even myself out real quick.
Yeah, dude.
Hi.
There you go. Yeah, open that out, dude. Open that up, baby.
Feels good.
It does open the booty.
Dude, open up that beef.
And while we're at it, I gotta hit that other leg too.
Yeah, dude. I do this. I like when I'm in like good training cycles, I do this all day. It's the shit, dude. Thumbs up.
20 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not as easy as people think. Like that, what he's doing, just so you know. Like, be careful. Like, have someone there if you put those boots on. Like, but you shouldn't be fucking around with boots like this if you're by yourself. You get stuck upside down in your garage.
You can climb up. You can climb up on the rack. I don't want anybody to think that they'll die. I mean, like if you don't even have the strength to climb back up on the rack, you're in trouble.
These boots have an option to buy them with a bar that you install. It's like a 2-tiered bar, so that one is higher and one is lower, because the lower bar is easier to grab than that higher bar.
Oh.
If that makes any sense. I don't know. Where'd you get yours, Hunter?
Amazon.
I got mine off Amazon too.
Yeah, they're like monkey hanging boots. Well, boys, I got to bounce out of here in 2 minutes because your boys got to go to the paddling. Yeah, man.
Oh, awesome. I'm speaking to a boys' school today. Can you believe that?
No way. That's cool.
Yeah. One of the
Did they see your YouTube channel?
I just had the guy a guy from the Acting Academy who's been on the show a handful of times, owns a bunch of schools, and he invited me to come speak to the boys. I'm pretty excited.
What are you going to speak to them about?
I guess I didn't have to prepare anything. I guess they just asked you a bunch of questions. My goal is I'm just going to try not to swear the entire time. That's my only.
I like that.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to do that last year, and I was like, man, these kids are not going to give a shit. And I spoke for like 30 minutes, and then they asked questions, not like prompted. They asked questions for like 30 minutes afterwards. I was like, this is the greatest thing. I am so pumped that these kids are like really engaged with this.
Was it through the Acting Academy you did it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just like another organization that set it up, and it was a blast. Kids were awesome.
No, not the same school James O'Keefe tried to bust. He didn't try to bust them. He did bust them. Have you seen that video?
What?
Oh,
was that the video where the guy is talking about in Chicago with all the dildos and stuff?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world right now. Dude, did you hear that one of the guys from like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys is now getting pressed charges? I read that this morning, like 5:15 in the morning. Supposedly he's accused of having sex with a girl with cerebral palsy and autism and raping her. I was like, God dang, the world is getting crazy. I can't tell if that's just like hype media or if the world.
Do you by chance know the name of the NSYNC member?
Nick Carter.
I did see Matt O'Keefe's post. I was quite proud of Matt O'Keefe. I was incredibly proud of him. Too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Damn. That was intense.
Was that the school with the dildos?
No, it was in relation to Brittany Griner.
Oh yeah,
Brittany Griner.
What a joke that is.
You don't know about that. I don't know everything, but it doesn't look good from what I've seen. I mean, it looks weird.
What is it?
This chick was in Russia.
Basketball player who tried to smuggle, or she had like a vape pen or something in her baggage with marijuana in it. Mm-hmm. And the Russian authorities at the airport detained her, saying that she was trying to smuggle drugs for distribution into Russia. They put her in jail. She'd been there for like 6 months or something like that. And then
you're talking about the swap
the United States
happened?
Yes. The United States brokered a deal for this arms dealer to be released to them and for us to get Brittany Griner. But there's like other people that have been over there for longer that are American and they haven't done shit about it.
Meanwhile, before she went, she's
but can they dunk basketballs?
And by the way, they got to stop saying she's a superstar. No one knows who she is. She's more famous for beating her wife and her domestic violence charges than she is for her basketball.
She's got domestic violence charges.
Yeah.
So this dude, in California, it used to be the 3-strike rule, dude. This girl is 1 strike away from the death sentence, or at least life in prison.
She's more famous for getting caught for smoking weed in Russia than her basketball. More famous for beating her wife than fucking playing basketball. She's more famous for hating on the United States. She was a fucking Kaepernick. She's a fucking complete joke.
I don't care
and
about
I'm not
all
suggesting
that
that she should be left there, but by no means should the Merchant of Death be traded. Do you know about the guy they traded her for? The Merchant of Death. Have you heard this?
Well, he's an arms dealer.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, that's a business. That's not a crime. That's just a business.
That's a fair trade. Basketball player for the Merchant of Death.
You can't get upset with a guy for selling things to people that use it in different ways. You know, haven't you ever seen Is it God of War with Nick Cage?
Yeah, that movie's based on that character.
Oh, dude,
No,
Nick Cage did a great job. I'm not upset with him.
They gave
Keanu
John Wick.
Reeves. Oh, you're talking about a different movie. Okay, different movie. Lord of War.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
All right.
I don't know. The thing is I if you do the crime, you got to do the time. This guy looks cool.
Oh my God, that looks like the same. What?
Looks like Hunter.
That looks like the same guy that they busted in front of that school in Chicago who's handing out the butt plugs and the dildos to his kids.
Yeah.
The Merchant of Death and that teacher at that school are the same guy.
I don't know, man. That sucks, though.
I remember it was 1 o'clock at one point, and I wanted to get a flight home, and I was super, super high, like unbelievably. All right. This isn't stuff I usually say, but I also remember that I booked this flight. I got all my stuff, and I got on the plane. And in transit to the airport, I thought, I'm going to get on a plane. I can't have this substance with me. So I threw it out the window. And it was just like a thought that I had. And I'm like, if I get caught in an airport with this stuff on me, then who knows what's going to happen. And she's in Russia getting on an airplane. Like, how did she think that was a good idea? That's all I can think, is that being like one of the worst states of mind you could be in, had the wherewithal to think, I can't bring this on a plane.
Yeah, if you do illegal stuff,
she just sounds like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she fucked up.
And I'm not saying that it's like, I don't know, spend 10 years in prison, but that's where I stand with it. Like, it was really dumb on her end.
Should our national security be threatened? Should anyone be threatened by the fact that so that she can come home? I don't think so. Like, pay some sort of fine, do something else, but letting go the Merchant of Death, I don't know. Thank you, Hunter, for coming on the show. Congratulations on your new camp, by the way, out there. I'm pumped for you. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, you're the man. I've always thought you're the man. Thanks for coming on.
Boys, I miss you. See ya.
Yeah, you're no Liver King, but you're cool.
That dude's soft. See ya.
Bye.
Whoa. All right, now we can finally talk about the Liver King. Here we go. This is what I've been waiting for.
I have to go in 4 minutes. What do you want to say about him? It's fun. This is good. This is a good journey, right? This is a good journey that we're all having with the Liver King. The haters, the lovers, the people who are trying to understand it all. What did you think? Did you watch Andrew Schultz's video on him?
I'm halfway through it.
It's really good.
I think
the first 20
minutes were terrible. You were
terrible.
God, that was so hard to watch.
Can you type in Andrew Schultz
and blah 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 rah rah rah? I'm like, holy shit, dude! What is this? A fucking frat house? Like, come on.
Yeah, why were they behaving like that with him for the first 20 minutes? I thought the Liver King,
and you could tell he was just like, okay, what have I gotten myself into here, guys? Come back.
Why did they do that to him for the first 20 minutes? Kind of like they just didn't think he was going to be real with them.
I haven't seen very much of their stuff, but they were like trying to make him eat a donut, and they like wouldn't let it go and stuff like that. And
it was on flagrant. Yeah, the first 20 minutes are not watchable. Those guys that are on the show with Andrew kind of bring him down. That was the first time I had watched that, but I thought Andrew got better.
Yeah, they got better. They did.
But the Liver King killed it, man. If you're a hater of the Liver King and you want to get your fucking dial turned a little bit to the love side, go watch that. Oh, PB, yeah, I think I should see that too. Patrick Bet David podcast is better. Okay, I'll check it out. Don't get me wrong, Andrew Schultz did a great job at the end. It gets really good.
It does get better. Yeah, I'm halfway through and it's gotten better already.
I mean, he tells some incredible stories in there, and you can see that it moves these guys. And what the irony is that guy on the end in the Pakistani cat, no, on that side in the white shirt, that guy at the end says some shit that is like you can see he's really starting to get it. He's starting to wake up a little bit. Hey, how about the black guy on the left there in the black? How they got him in the shadows? That's probably racist. Like, hey, light him up a little more. He's black.
I didn't think that one time. Why? Mostly because I listened to it.
I watched it on my phone. I couldn't even tell he was black. It was so dark over there on my phone.
Like I do like the trees in the background. I love that he just sits there without wearing a shirt.
Yeah,
they're all dressed nice to an extent. Nice background, shirtless dude, big beard. He didn't say shit. Who didn't? Who didn't say shit?
I think the black guy in the end didn't talk at all. Like maybe like 2 minutes, 1 minute. Primetime. I've been inviting him. Primetime's getting big time. He's getting hard to get a hold of.
Oh no.
Yes, I agree, Alan. It sucks that Sevan Podcast, the parents didn't really get out there because everything on the Sevan Podcast that was, yes, I agree 100%. That all the shit that now people are finally like digging into. Yeah, we dug into that right away. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Some people know. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I'll keep on shouting at people in my comment section. If you know, you know.
I will
Everyone
try
else
to
just wants to think he's making money, which he probably did, but so did Greg Glassman, which I also tried to drive across.
Oh yeah, great video. Good job.
Thank
Glad
you.
you're on a roll.
I tried. Thank you, Liver King, for putting me on a roll. 3 Liver King videos in a row. What did O'Keefe say? Well, it was the whole thing about how he wouldn't want his daughter to be Brittany, or he wouldn't be in support of it if it were his daughter, right? Essentially, does that wrap it up?
Do you want me to read it? I'll read it to you. It's here's
intense.
the thing.
It's good.
You have to know I really like Matt O'Keefe, first of all. But some of the people that he associates with that I see on Instagram, it just shocked me that he would take this stance, being that he hangs around. I mean, he has a wide variety of friends, but I have a certain level of tolerance when it comes to hurting children. Like some of the people over there at Whoop and some of the things they push, I think are very, 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 very bad for society. And I know O'Keefe's friends with those guys and is close with them. And same with some of these other dipshits. Sorry, not Whoop, the Noble guys. Sorry, strike that. Noble guys are just. Anyway, this was O'Keefe's post. I don't know if you can see it, but it shows a picture of Brittany Griner released from Russian detention. And it says, and I'm assuming he wrote this because it looks like he wrote it. It says, as an American, I'm embarrassed today. We just released a horrible killer back into the world because Brittany Griner has status and her family is demanding an exchange. Where is the accountability here? Know the rules, follow them. If you don't, there are consequences. None for Brittany Griner, though. She'll write a book, do a tour about her ordeal, and will be celebrated for breaking the rules and causing absolute chaos. Oh, and releasing chaos back into the world. If this was my daughter or yours, you bet your ass there's no exchange happening. And I was like, wow. I mean, I'm glad he wrote that. I love it. I agree with it.
It's good. I agree with it too.
I'm just surprised. I'm surprised.
I want to hear the argument from someone else about why it's a good thing. I haven't heard it yet. I want to.
No.
I want someone to come back and say that was a good thing.
Dude, he's entirely useless to the political scheme of the United States. It does absolutely nothing for us.
You would be blown away if you saw what
who will tell me why it's a good idea. Well, tell me why you think it's a good idea. Don't tell me. I like to hear it.
Hey, go to you want to see the craziest thing ever in the crazy comments? Go to the Instagram account Breaking 911. Breaking 911. This is absolutely batshit crazy. And the comments are absolutely amazing. This lady, by the way, is and then go to the one where it shows, CNN. This lady has been openly anti-American, by the way. This lady, Brittany Griner. Like openly. And we'll show you some of that maybe on the next live con show. But listen to this bullshit. This is CNN is such a joke. Listen to this.
I think I would be remiss if we did not mention also the importance this plays for the LGBTQ community. So as we've been talking about black women, this is big. So this is for the LGBTQ community. GLAAD releasing a statement, obviously, I'm summarizing here that they're happy and it shows the struggles and the danger that members of the LGBT community face around the world. But when you look at what is happening with the LGBT community specifically here in the United States, what does this say? Does this bring attention to that? And it shows us, hey, look, we're all Americans.
Listen, Brittany Griner represents everything in this country. She's female, she's LGBTQ, she's black, and she's extraordinary. She's excellent. She's overcome. She's an icon. She's done everything you can do in her sport and more. And yet she still wasn't safe. She was snatched off of a plane and treated like trash, and we didn't let it stand. Americans came together, and I think that Biden and Kamala Harris, this is one of the things that they're going to be, I think, the most proud of, I think Americans can stand together on this one. But where we say that right now, when she comes off that plane,
the law for something that was illegal.
when she walks off that plane, when her wife hugs her, when that moment happens, that is going to be decade defining. People will remember that, and it should show us what we can do when we stand together. It can show us what we can do when we don't give up on people. We together.
I think I would be.
Hey, I have friends and family who believe this. Like they watch this and they think that what he said is true.
Absolutely not.
I mean, there's not one thing he said in there that's true. How many times did fucking Don Lemon say LGBT?
Do you think what he thinks he's saying is true? Or is he just saying it?
I mean, no, he can't think it's true. How he said that's country. He said country defining.
They read on a teleprompter.
I don't play basketball. None of those things he said are true about me.
What?
I don't play basketball. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not black. I'm not a woman.
Oh God.
Like he said she's country defined. Like no one. What is her genitalia and the genitalia of who she likes to rub her genitalia on have anything to do with the situation? And the fact that they keep lying blatantly that she was snatched off a plane, dude. She broke the law for something you would have been snatched off a plane anywhere in the world 10 years ago. They're just caught,
or even in the United States, like I was afraid of not even 2 years ago.
Yeah. I wonder how many people watch this. I bet you half the country doesn't even know what the WNBA is.
What is it?
2/3. Yeah, exactly. WNBA. I don't even want to look it up. It's so bad. I was in front of a TV the other day when this came on and there were some liberals in the room and they're like, ooh, yay. They were all excited. I go, what about the Merchant of Death? They're like, who's that?
I don't really know much about him either.
Decade defining. I don't know much about him either, but I don't want a guy. I would like
to be as centered as possible. When I hear Merchant of Death over and over and over again, I'm like, all right, this is the other side trying to say why it's a bad idea. I want to know who he really is. And the only thing that I won't ever like, there's that Marine there who's been there for a while. Okay. How come this didn't happen before that? It's like step 1, step 2, get her out after him. All right, we got him. Now we're going to get her.
let me read this to you.
I want to know why.
This is from CNN too. The Biden administration conducted a security assessment in the lead up to the Biden giving the final green light to accept the deal to trade Griner for Bout. Bout's the Merchant of Death. Ultimately, the assessment conclusion was that Bout was not a security threat to the U.S. In one reality, the assessment took into account, the official said, is the fact that Bout has been in prison for over a decade and has not been actively engaged in any recent criminal activity. Their justification for trading this guy for Brittany Griner is that he hasn't been involved in any criminal activity for 10 years. Yeah, motherfucker, he's been in jail for 10 years. Of course. And it's crazy. We live with, it's crazy. He's 100% gonna be doing shit for America. Oh, for America or to America?
Probably both. He's an arms dealer. He'll sell to whoever wants to buy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a severance package and he's gonna retire. He's not dealing arms anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
The deal comes with $1 million.
Sevan, they are right. This is decade defining for the wrong reason. Well, good point. Meanwhile, if you don't follow Project Veritas, you have to go follow Project Veritas. It is hilarious what's going on over there. They basically got footage of the dean of students at a Chicago high school who it costs $40,000 a year to go there. You can look that up on their website. It costs in a range of 36 to 44 or something. And they got him on film saying he passes out dildos and butt plugs to his students and teaches them how to use them. To 14-year-old kids.
Why does he do that?
Because it's part of the curriculum at this school. You get the full Monty for 40 grand. And here he is walking up to the guy. Here he is.
James O'Keefe with Project Veritas.
Hell no, to the no.
You're on camera here talking about giving anal sex toys and butt plugs to little children.
They're just like passing around dildos, butt plugs. The kids are just playing with them.
Sir, why are you running? Why are you running away?
Why are you running?
Sir, anal butt plugs and toys?
Excuse me?
Bruno, just excuse me. This guy, this teacher is talking about giving sex toys to your children.
This is the space where we're dismissing children.
Right.
Can you actually evacuate the patio?
Right, but he was giving sex toys to the
I
children.
understand. I have children here.
Nice.
Please evacuate.
We're leaving. But he was talking about giving sex toys to children.
Thank you for leaving.
We understand. Reporters asking someone a question. We are leaving. You bet. As you can see, he ran into the building as quickly as possible. Are we allowed to stand on the sidewalk, sir? Thank you. We're going to stand on the sidewalk right here. Do you know a Joseph Bruno? Bruno?
Hey,
Bueller.
dude. He even brags about
Bueller.
telling the kids the difference between lube and
Yes,
spitting.
you're filming me. We're filming you too. Joe Bruno, your dean of students, talking about giving sex toys to children. Okay.
Why does he do it? Is that where it kind of ends the story, or is there more?
No, there's so much, dude. There's so you can click in and there's just they actually have the original video. It's good. That whole Project Veritas account is just stuff like this. Just people just getting just.
This is going to be a weird one, but I don't think I've even seen a sex toy. Let alone being given one by a teacher or a dean. And then
I've seen them in
educate on how to
videos.
use it.
Yeah, haven't
So
you
you
seen
haven't seen one either?
Haven't you
I
seen
mean,
the
I've seen them
videos
in
where like a
videos
guy
and
sticks
pictures,
a
and I'm like, I know what
dildo?
they freaking do. Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course. I've seen the most rancid videos on the internet involving them, but like sitting in front of me, it's like, oh, there it is. I've never seen one.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. I'm trying to think if
This
I
is
ever
why
have
Hiller doesn't
too.
want kids. Yeah, I don't need people giving my kids things I've never even seen as a 30-something-year-old man. They'll come home like, look what I got. I'm like, holy shit, this is the first time I'm seeing it.
I'm just gonna look over here really quick. I'm gonna type in butt plug. I don't even know what a butt plug looks like.
Careful with the pull.
I am. I'm not gonna share it. I'm not gonna share
It's
it.
gonna be being mid usage.
I just want to see. Oh wow. Oh, they're made of steel. They're metal.
Why?
Wow. I guess. Wow.
Caleb's being quiet. Caleb loves sex toys.
Wow. Hey, they're like
He's
like earrings.
Obviously, they're steel.
They're like earrings. You put in the plug, and then on the end there's like an emerald or something. So it's like a belly button ring. God, I don't.
You
like
guys never like went into
I've seen
one of those shops in high school with your buddies?
No.
That's like
No, I've driven by them, like
initiation
the Adam and Eve stores. I've driven by them.
Oh yeah, that's what popped up. Adam and Eve. Butt
Everyone's
plugs
saying
at
vanilla
Adam and
sex
Eve.
life,
Is that a chain?
but I just really like it as it is. I don't need no more.
There's a wiki page on butt plugs.
Ask Alexa. She's like, yeah, he doesn't need any more. I should have. We're gonna do a sex talk. We're gonna play that clip first and be like, hey, do you know what a sex toy is? She goes, no, that stuff's fucking pointless. What do we need that for? That'd be good, right? It would be like what you were trying to do with Daniel Brandon. It'd be like the love line.
I have to go. I have to clear my mind for the next 24 minutes before I speak to these
convenient.
Or you go talk to
young
kids?
men. Yeah. Tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, sooner. I think one of the things that I wanted to do with Andrew, if he's up for it, is to go through the comments in some of these Liver King videos because I think they're pretty funny.
We're doing that tomorrow?
I don't know if we are. I'll give you. Let me do this thing with these boys. With this school, and then I will give you a call later on in the afternoon. But either way, I'm doing something tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Done.
I bet Gary's wife has his piece in a cage. Damn.
Oh no.
Damn.
Got a chastity belt until she's ready.
Jan Clark stepping in for Spiegel. Thank you.